all. Before we start, I want to introduce Carlos Ellis, who's on our screen. He is our amazing interpreter for this evening's meeting. If you are wanting to hear what we're saying in Spanish, please see our chat box for the number to call into for that interpretation. It's 360-804-3240. So again, the number's in the chat, and Carlos will be translating our meeting. With that, I want to introduce you to the people on the screen. Hopefully our spotlighting works and you see 7 of us kind of highlighted big on your screen. I am Anna Apter. I am the principal at Chain Lake Elementary here in Monroe.
I'm Kristen Cortez, building principal at Frank Wagner Elementary. Good evening.
I'm Deb Henderson, assistant principal at Frank Wagner Elementary.
Sorry, Deb. Hi, Jeff Presley, principal at Frylands Elementary. Thanks for being here tonight.
And I'm Bonnie McCurney, principal of Maltby Elementary.
I'm Melanie Gray, and I'm an administrator with Early Learning with the Monroe School District.
Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie Penrod, principal at Salem Woods Elementary, and we are so thankful that you are able to give us some time tonight to meet. We are recording this, so if you miss it or you have a family member who wants to see it, it will be posted later. Right now, we are excited to share with you a video that we have. Our amazing kindergarten team across all 5 schools have worked together, and a teacher from each school has put together some information for you with everything from what to gather in order to register, how to register, what kindergarten looks like, and how we will do our first contact with you this fall. So we're going to let them speak to you through this video, and then we will be ready to take questions after that.
Hi, my name is Melanie Gray, and welcome to the Monroe School District. One of my jobs here in Monroe is getting to work with our earliest learners, their families, and their teachers, which is a wonderful thing to get to do. We've created a short video to welcome you and just to give you some little snippets of information that you might need. At the end of the video is phone numbers of the different buildings that you can reach out to if you have any questions. Again, welcome to the Monroe School District family. We're so glad you're here.
Hello, Monroe families. My name is Ginger Donahue, and I'm one of the kindergarten teachers at Chain Lake Elementary. We're looking forward to this fall and a fresh year in kindergarten, and we want to make that registration process as efficient and simple for you as we possibly can. In order to register your child for kindergarten this fall, you'll need to gather the following 3 pieces of information: immunization records, proof of age, and proof of your address. For your proof of age, you can provide a copy of a birth certificate, an entry in a family Bible, adoption record, an affidavit from a parent, or a previously verified school record. Remember, your child must be 5 years old on or before August 31st, 2021 to attend kindergarten. For proof of address, you can provide a copy of a lease or rental agreement, a utility bill, home purchase papers, or a property tax statement. If instead of registering online, you would prefer to register the traditional way, please call your local school for assistance. We will have registration packets available, and we will be happy to help you. Whether you're a returning Monroe family or a brand new family with a first-time kindergarten child, we want to welcome you to our district. We're excited to have you this fall.
Hi there, my name is Shauna Clark and I teach kindergarten at Salem Woods Elementary. It is that time of year again to where you are registering your kindergartner for the upcoming school year. I am here to walk you through the steps of the online process. You are going to go to this page you see up on the screen, and it is monroe.wednet.edu. And when you are there, you will go to the About section, and come down and click register for school. This is going to take you to the registration page, and you will click kindergarten registration page. And from there, you click on register online. And it will bring you to this page. And what you are doing is you're entering your first and last name and your email address. You will also enter your phone number. And at the bottom, the orange button, you will click. And what it's going to do is it's going to immediately give you an email. And you will check your email, and it will have your login information. And the login will be your email address that you put in, and your code, your password will be a 5-digit code. And then they will also give you a link to click on there. And so you'll click the link, and that is going to take you to this page that you see on the screen now. It's a Skyward page. You'll put your email address in, and then you will also enter your 5-digit code that they give you. And that will take you to the online registration process. So it's pretty simple. You'll have this page here. You'll start filling out all of your information. Once you save and move, it'll move you to the next section. And there's a few sections in this. The pieces of information I said you will need is on step 5. It will be having you upload those into this section. So the process is pretty quick. I suggest going on and trying it out. It's not too bad. And if you do have problems with the online registration, like you don't have access to a computer or whatnot, you are welcome to go to any your neighborhood school. And each elementary school have hard copy packets that are available, and wonderful people that will help you through the process. Just make sure to bring those 3 pieces of information and call the school first to get an appointment to come and work through that process with them. All right, so we're excited to meet our new kindergartners for the upcoming year. So get on, register now, and we will see you very soon.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Trainer, one of the kindergarten teachers here at Maltby Elementary School. We're so excited to have you here for kindergarten. Let me tell you a little bit about the things that we're going to be learning this year. In reading, you're going to learn your letters and your sounds, how to blend words together, rhyming, syllables, so many things. In writing, what you're going to learn is how to put together a complete sentence. We start with a capital letter, we end with a punctuation, and we have spaces between our words. One of the most important things with writing is to allow your child to phonetically spell the words. That means that they listen to the sounds that they hear in the words and they write them. We don't really focus on spelling words 100% correct. For math, your child is going to learn how to count to 100. They're going to recognize their numbers up to 20, if not further. We're going to talk about patterns and sorting, putting numbers together and taking numbers apart. And then the other thing we're going to really focus on this year for kindergarten is the social emotional learner. And typically within the classroom, we do that using our Second Steps program, and we engage in a lot of interactive play with one another. We're really excited to have you here and excited for this adventure. Thanks.
Welcome to kindergarten. My name is Mrs. BP, and I am lucky to be just one of the teachers on the awesome kindergarten team at Frylands Elementary. Monroe School District Kindergarten begins our year together with Family Connections meetings. As the name intentionally states, it is a time for families to begin to connect with their kindergarten teacher. Family Connections is an opportunity for families to meet individually with their child's teacher in September before we even begin classes. This is a time for families to get to know the teacher and for the teacher to start to get to know your child. You will share information about your child, share your hopes for the year, and express any concerns that you might be feeling. As teachers, we know that you have lots of questions, and we're here to listen to you, to answer your questions as best as we can, and to connect with you as we begin this kindergarten year together. Someone from your elementary school will set up each family's individual family connection meeting times. Your kindergarten team welcomes you to the Monroe School District, and we look forward to meeting you in September.
Hi, kindergartners and kindergarten families. My name is Andrea Vi, and I'm one of the fabulous Frank Wagner kindergarten teachers. I know this year brings new experiences and new challenges for your family, but I want you to know that we are here to support, coach, and positively influence your students' first year of public education. Things are changing every day, and we want you to know that any and all questions, comments, and concerns that you have about kindergarten this year will be answered to the best of our ability. If you do feel the need to reach out to your student's teacher, you can do so by email or phone, Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4:00 p.m. We hope that all of this information helps you transition into kindergarten, and we look forward to being your partner along the way. See you at our Homeschool Connection meeting.
Well, we hope that video gave you kind of a taste of what Monroe School District has to offer your kindergartners. We're really excited to welcome them to our campuses next fall. Hopefully that also helped you understand a little bit better the registration process online. What we'd like to do now is open up for general questions and answers. And then following that, we're going to open specific rooms so that you can join a room with your school's principal and be able to ask specific questions about your campus. We know that there may be some questions like at Frank Wagner, for example, we have a dual language program. Those specific campus questions can be answered within the breakout room. But right now, if there are general kindergarten questions, we'd love to answer those now. You can either unmute and ask them, or you can put them in the chat box. So we'll just pause here for questions.
The vaccine part, I've already started my daughter's registration. And I have everything except for her actual vaccine record, and she still needs to get her 5-year-old shots. Can I submit the registration without that for right now and then get it into you by September so we can start the process?
Yeah, absolutely. Submit what you have currently, and then we'll take the pieces as you accomplish those vaccinations. Great question. Thank you.
There is a question in the chat. What options are there for at-home learning this fall for students starting kindergarten? I'm not sure we will be comfortable with our son attending in-person learning by the start of the school year.
The Monroe Virtual Academy that is open this spring will no longer be an option in the fall, but we have our Sky Valley Education Center that is available to families. I don't know if any of my colleagues want to add anything to that.
Yeah, the plan is for us to open and have our kids in-person learning for the fall. So kindergarten would be in that category as well. So like Kristen just said, we do have Sky Valley, which is a home partnership connection. But what we're doing right now with our Monroe Virtual Learning Academy was just a 1 year for the pandemic from September through June this year. It is not expected to be here for the fall.
Okay, I have another question here. My son is 4 years old. Is it too early to save a spot? He is going to be ready for when he is going to be ready for kindergarten. If so, how do I do that?
So if your son is going to be 5 by August 31st of this year, then certainly please register him for kindergarten, even though he's not 5 yet. If he is not going to be 5 by this August 31st, then it would be next year's kindergarten registration. So you wouldn't be able to start that registration quite yet.
Next question, what will be the schedule for kindergarten start time and end time, or is that individual per school?
So at this point, for this year, while we've been doing hybrid, to align with guidelines from the health department and CDC with the spacing we need and the cleaning in buildings, our schools are all starting at 8:55 and our kindergartners are going home at 11:25. We haven't settled on the schedule for next year in that it will still depend on what the guidelines are and how that'll work. So if we were in hybrid, if we go back to full days, our school day is 8:55 to 3:20.
Next question, my son is in preschool in Frank Wagner, but his school should be Frylands Elementary for kindergarten. Should I fill out a transfer school form or register him?
So if your child is scheduled to be, is in our attendance area for Frylands, if they're in preschool now, they do need to fill out registration for going to their home school. You would not fill out a transfer form if this is their home school, Frylands. If their home school was another school, you would have to. So the program, the preschool program is located in our district at Frank Wagner, but you would go to your neighborhood school. You would have to enroll for kindergarten, but you would not fill out transfer paperwork if you're going to your neighborhood school.
Thank you, Jeff. I'll add to that. The only exception would be if the IEP team, so working with your IEP team in preschool, determined that another specialized program was warranted, and then that might cause you to go to another school, but you would always register within your home school, which would be Frylands.
Next question. We have a child turning 5 years old on September 1st of this year. Do we still have to take the test for early enrollment?
Yes.
The answer is yes. That August 31st date is a hard cutoff for turning 5.
And that is a state law, state requirement. So if you have a September 1st student coming in with us, yes, they would have to have that. They would be considered early enrollment from September 1st on if they turn 5.
Is there AM, PM kindergarten or just either morning or full day?
So the state a few years ago switched us to a full day system as a whole state. So all of our kindergartners, even though right now they're only on campus for in-person half day, they are still considered full day kindergarten because they do the other half of their day remotely. So they're doing their specialists and all of that at home through work teachers are giving them or through Chromebooks and online pieces. So right now we are still full day, even though they're only in person part day, and that is what we have.
Will there be a practice bus ride this summer for first-time bus riders?
Colleagues, I think that would be determined at a later date based on kind of what the COVID restrictions are at the time. So our hope would be able to provide that, but I think we're going to have to get into the summer before we'll be able to answer that question. But as soon as a decision is made, it be communicated out to families.
And in the past, that has occurred. So, that would be something that would be common, but we have to wait and see this year.
And to add a little caveat to that, Frylands is an all walking school, so we do not have buses. So if you're coming to Frylands, it's an all walking school or a parent driving them to school. We don't have buses, so we don't fit in that category with transportation.
It's also important to know that the district has changed to be an opt-in district for transportation. And so you will receive information for opting into that transportation if your child needs a bus. Children are given bus transportation if they live outside the mile radius of the school.
Will there be an info session for first grade? If not, where can we call about times and transportation questions?
We will send out information to all grade levels as we get more. As you've heard, we are in the process of learning more about what guidelines will be for the fall and what that will look like, if we will still be adjusting and looking at what that will look like and what transportation is. Ms. Cortez already mentioned that our busing is opt-in. So if you have any questions about that, there is information on the website for transportation that you can check in with them. And our times will be going out to all families later as we get closer and know more in the summer.
There have been concerns circulating that class sizes will be larger next year because of so many kids not attending kindergarten this year. Will the schools still maintain their state class ratios?
So we are certainly, regardless of the number of enrollments, still bound by whatever state ratios are in place, as well as the specifics in our contracts with our labor partners and negotiations there. So we will staff appropriately based on those, regardless of how many students enroll.
Will computers be needed next year?
I think that's too soon to tell, but I think one of the things that we have learned through this whole pandemic is technology is here to stay for sure. And so I would expect that your children, whether it's that they're learning some via online, our hope is to be fully open, but they will be interacting with technology on campus in one form or another.
Will there be in-person full day in the fall of 2021 or still half and half?
We can all tell you what we would really love. We would really love all of our kids here for full day. We will still need to follow the state guidelines and all of those things. So I can promise you there'll be a lot of planning that will be happening, and it already is, for thinking through what our options are with the current guidelines, and we'll be watching to see what happens as we move forward in the next few months so that we can really have a full plan for that.
Okay, next question. Oh, I just lost it. Hold on. If we are interested in going to Maltby Elementary, but it isn't our home school, do we register normally and then try to transfer or wait?
So you register at your home school, and then you would need to apply for a transfer within the district. So complete first year registration at your home school, and then you can also apply the transfer paperwork.
All right, those are all our questions from the chat. Oh, there's one more. How do we find out about school supplies?
Those are generally released toward the end of the school year or in August as you start to receive communications from your school.
All right, I think we are ready to do the next step.
Well, thank you for those questions. Again, if you have more questions, we've got awesome office staff at all 5 of our elementary schools that can answer these things for you. As you go through this process, you'll find that the office staff that we have are the ones that you're going to spend a lot of time asking those questions, those documents and things like that to get to us. So we make copies and those kinds of things. Which way you feel comfortable, either online or a paper packet. We just really want you to register. The sooner you register, the more we know about staffing, the more we know what the needs are for our schools. So we appreciate you being here this evening. What we're going to do now is we're going to move into breakout rooms. and we're going to have the breakout rooms be specific to schools. So this is your opportunity. And when we do the breakout, you'll get to pick which school that you're planning on going to at your home school, and we can answer more specific questions for you. If you don't have any more questions, you can end your time with us tonight. I want to thank you for being here again. We appreciate it. We're so excited. We love getting those incoming kindergartners. March is always a fun time as we spring and start thinking about next year. So if you came tonight and you're not going to stay, again, thank you for coming. We know we're going to have a long 13-year journey with you, with your new child coming to Monroe School. So I appreciate that. If you are staying, we're going to get ready and do the breakout rooms. Again, click on the one that you'd like. We also have Beth Glaze, who is going to be staying behind and helping anyone problem solve if you're trying to get to the right room and can't seem to get there, okay? And then again, we're going to end our recording at this point. You can access this later. If you have friends that weren't able to come tonight, you can share this with them and any information. And we're going to have lots and lots of other opportunities before September to talk with you, talk with your child, and make that connection so that their experience starting off with us is going to be awesome in the fall. So again, thanks for being with us, and we're going to get our breakout rooms going right now.
So I'll be opening the breakout rooms. They are labeled by school. And what will happen is a little message will pop up at the bottom of your screen